Hello and welcome again to a wonderful opportunity where we can talk about lives that are changed because of those who's got love in their hearts for other people to impact their worlds by sharing of who they are. Today we've got the privilege to have René with us. René has been in ministry a very long time with her husband already. And René, we've known each other for some years and it's great to share this time together. Maybe just for those who don't know you, tell us, who is René?
Well, I'm married to Johan and we've got two lovely boys. We in ministry for a while, like you said, and at this stage we at Doxa Deo Moed campus, where we lead the team there. I'm in charge of the ladies ministry, and I'm also passionate about our children's home, and Moed campus has their own children's home that I'm part of.
Now we know, René, that it's the purpose of the church to live for the people that live in the city, and that the love that God has for us needs to reach others, and that's always been part of the heart of the church. But in this time, it's very important for us to see that being effective. And how much more love do the kids need that are really in a broken place? So you say you've been involved with children's homes. Just tell us a bit, which homes have you been involved with and which are the ones that you're focusing on at the moment?
I was involved with René Haven. They have kids with disabilities and really needs lots of love. And then I'm involved with Makalong, our North Campus children's home, and then my passion is Victory Kids Moed. That's right next to our church. We've got 9 kids there, really seeing how God's doing things in their lives and making a difference there with giving them love.
Now, René, I think many people hear of children's homes, and if you don't see the transformation that happens, it almost feels like there's no hope in these places where kids are looked after. Have you got like some stories about what is actually happening there? You see the kids day in, day out. What is the effect of the church that's involved in the lives of these kids? What are the effects that you've seen and noticed in the kids? Have you got a story or two?
More than one. But I'll tell you about Wendy. Was one of our first kids at Victory Kids Moed. Came in, she were in different children's homes before, and when she got to us, she actually felt quite abandoned because the people that she used to be before kept pushing her away. And so we just started giving her love. In the beginning, it was very difficult because she kept on thinking, okay, they're going to abandon me. And just the love that our house parents and the committee and the church gave her just changed her whole life. She was with us for 2.5 years, and she's back at her parents and quite a different girl. When she left us, she was loving. She made a difference in some of the other kids' hearts, and we still miss her a lot.
And the dynamics that you have between these kids, I mean, what do you see in a house like that? How do they influence each other, and what kind of family feel do you have in the house?
Well, our motto is to make it as homey for them as possible. So we believe they are our kids, they're not somebody else's kids, so we love them as if they were our own. They like siblings. There's lots of fights, but at the end, they know where all of them went through, and they help each other when it's necessary. They cover for each other at school. So they really become brothers and sisters. We've got young ones, we've got old ones, and they keep up for each other.
René, it's a big task. I think to love unconditionally in that way. And it does a lot to your own heart as well, in order to choose to love those who don't always love you back or would love you first. And it's a decision to serve and to love others. What does it do to a mother's heart like yours to get involved there?
It sometimes breaks your heart when you see these kids come in and you hear what they went through. And I think one of the things that stand out for me is that we can love them and make a difference in their life. And we can see how God comes and heals them and change their whole life, where they sometimes feel they've got nothing in life anymore, and where God comes and shows them who He created them to be, and where they can do a difference in their schools. They can become city changers in their school. So for myself, it really, when it breaks your heart in the beginning, at the end you feel, wow, I was part of this kid, loving them. And it changed my heart for, I want to do more of this.
But I think it stirs a lot of hope. Sometimes we find it hard to have hope in normal circumstances that we seem normal, you know, whatever lives that might be for us. But I think sometimes to see broken people And it's almost like there's no real understanding of what the grace and the power of God can do to really restore someone that's come from a background where there's a lot of hurt, very often a lot of pain. Maybe just tell us one more example of a child that came to you guys, just to give us a bit more hope and just to show how God is actually working in their lives.
Well, I'm going to tell you more about the parents that we had.
Yeah, please.
We had 2 boys, also some of our first kids that came in. Their mother, that was actually not fit to look after them, started doing courses, and she became so involved with their lives, and she changed. And they are back with her, and it's going great with her. She got married, and the kids still come and visit us, and we see the difference just because she got the opportunity and people believing in her, people that actually went out and helped her to find her feet. And the kids are back with their mother.
That's wonderful. I think the restoration is always the good story. Hey?
Yeah.
I think the love towards someone we can measure. I really feel for somebody, something, or I really want to get involved in their lives. But the moment when a whole family and then a whole community is changed, I think that's such a strong testimony. René, one thing I want to ask you as well. I think we hear of these homes. But what are the things that people pray for, or how do people really get involved? I mean, if we want to see families restored in this way, if we want to have more stories of these 2 brothers and her mother, what do people do? Where do people touch the brokenness of that situation and really get involved?
I think there's lots of ways you can get involved. And I think you said one of the most important thing is prayer. It's always important to pray for our kids. It's important to pray for our house parents that needs to love these kids unconditional. But then financially, there's always a burden financially to get these kids through school, their daily tasks, clothes, everything, to come and play with these kids, to just love them, take them on holidays, donate food, clothes. So there's different ways people can get involved in making these children homes better for them.
Mm-hmm. Because I think if people really get to know the kids and really go there and visit, are people allowed to visit and see what's happening there?
They definitely are allowed. There's forms to be filled in just for safety, but we welcome people always to come and play with the kids, spend time with them, learn who they are, what they love.
Because I think the moment you get in contact with the life and you start seeing them through the eyes of God, God does amazing things when you see the brokenness, and I think something kicks into your own heart when you see that. René, it's great to hear that so many people are involved in these children's homes and to give a lot of their resources and time. But people who are really having a heart for these kids that say, you know what, I can send some of the stuff that you mentioned, but I want to get more involved. Are there people that really give more of their time, not maybe at the home, but in another way that's got an impact greater than maybe some of the ways to engage with the children in a normal way?
We've got a farmer that's game farmer, Nico, and he takes them to his farm. We organize helicopter rides, do something special. Over the Christmas holiday, he actually had a Christmas party for them where every kid got a gift that they actually wanted. So yeah, we've got people that do come into the house and take the kids away and do something special for them.
And I assume those kids, they love that, hey?
They absolutely love it.
That must be such an adventure.
Yes.
Yeah. And I don't think a lot of people know that. No. I think sometimes you think the kids are there, you can't really reach out to them. But I think just for them to have a normal experience of family must be something that is new to some people and might encourage them to actually do that. If there are people who are really interested and they say, I want to be part of that life change, do they just contact you or what do they do?
Yes, they do contact us. We'll take them through the house. We'll explain how everything works. The social worker comes in and have an interview with them and say thumbs up and they can take the kids.
René, it's amazing to hear. I think people listening to this, I trust, will just get a glimpse of what is possible. Sometimes we think what we have to give is so little and insignificant, but hearing what you're saying is probably a story of so many people that say, I can give a little bit, I can give love, I can give attention, I can embrace these little kids and it will change their lives forever. And I trust with you that as you continuing to do this, faithfully serving what God has placed in your heart, that we'll see more lives change, the city being impacted the way we trust only God can do. So thank you for sharing those stories, and may God really bless you and keep these testimonies of God's love coming through. So thank you so much and bless you for the work you're doing.
Thank you.